is Paul Bromwell, and welcome to Something to Wrestle with Bruce Prichard. Bruce, how are you?
Well, it's early in the morning. That's how I am. It's very early in the morning, but I am doing absolutely fantabulous. I got my... Hear that?
I hear it.
Okay, well, in a minute, I'm going to be full of energy.
You and me both. I got my Monster Ultra. I sound like I swallowed a frog, but we're going to do this, man. I'm just so glad you're here.
Wait,
made it.
Hang on. Wait. You swallowed a frog. What color was that frog?
We'll go ahead and say green.
Okay, well, see, here's that's the problem. Because not all frogs are green. Once upon a time, there was a yellow toad.
Okay.
And the yellow toad was hopping through the forest and came across Fairy Godmother. And when he came across Fairy Godmother, he said, Fairy Godmother, can you grant a wish for me? He said, of course, Yellow Toad, I can. He says, well, I would like to be green like all the other toads in the forest. Can you make me green? Fairy Godmother says, of course I can. Poof, you're green. And the toad was green all over except for one place. You know, down there. And he says, but Fairy Godmother, I want to be green all over like all the other toads in the forest. He says, well, for that, you have to go see the wizard. He says, where's the wizard? He says, we just follow this path right here. So the toad hops off to go see the wizard. Before you know it, here comes a pink bunny hopping down in the forest, comes across Fairy Godmother. Says, Fairy Godmother, can you help grant a wish for me? He says, of course I can, Pink Bunny. What would you like? He says, well, I'd like to be white like all the other bunnies in the forest. Fairy Godmother says, poof, you're white. Makes the pink bunny pink white all over except for one place. You know where? Down there. And she says, well, Fairy Godmother, I want to be white all over like all the other bunnies in the forest. What do I have to do? She says, well, for that, you have to see the wizard. She says, well, how do I find the wizard? She says, well, just follow the yellow dick toad.
It's so funny. So funny you mentioned that because I just watched Wizard of Oz with my young son about a week ago. So there you go.
I bet that wasn't in it.
No, that one wasn't in it. The Munchkins, none of that. They weren't talking about any of that stuff. But Bruce, I'm glad to be with you, man, this week and pin you down. I know you're so busy and talk about something to wrestle with. It's your schedule, pal. My goodness, it's pretty crazy, but we're going to get a new one in the can, and I'm excited. Conrad's obviously not here, but I'm looking forward to it.
Where the hell's Conrad?
I believe he's in Tampa. I think
this guy just takes more vacations, more time off, and never does anything. It's where are you, Conrad? Well, I'm in my mansion on the beach. Where are you, Conrad? Well, I'm at my mansion on the lake. Where are you, Conrad? I'm on my mansion in the mountain. He's got more staff, more cars, more mansions, more beaches, more lakes than anybody I know.
Here's the deal. He said, Paul, I'm exhausted. I said, well, what are you exhausted from, Conrad? He said, this whole first quarter of the year has been absolutely exhausting. I said, well, what do you mean? What's going on? He said, I've been chasing this podcaster left and right each week. I can't find him. He's never available. All I want to do is create new shows, but I can never find him. I'm just so exhausted. I need a break. Paul, I need a break. I need to refresh. Maybe I'll have better luck if I go take this break at the beach. Who knows? But I'm going to tag you in and see if you have better luck. And I'm going to go refresh, recharge. And when I come back, maybe I'll have better luck chasing this podcaster down. So Bruce, that's all I know. So I that's all.
Well, good luck on that. I hope.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is, but
well, I know he hadn't chased me down. He never returns any of my phone calls.
Oh, is that the story? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the truth comes out.
Constantly trying to get him to do a show, and it's like, I'm too busy doing other things. And I'm like, I don't know what those other things could possibly be that could be more important than this.
Good stuff. Well, Bruce, thank you so much. What a tremendous look back at Randy Orton from 04 and 02 to 04 and his start of his career here in the WWF/WWE, his early days on. What a career he's gone on to have, as we said. Just recently, his big 20-year anniversary with the company, and you could just see the amount of respect from not only his peers, but those members of the group like you and Vince and others. It's just been a fun time to kind of go back and explore this. Next week, Bruce, or maybe we should say the next time you and Connie are together, You'll be discussing all things Hercules, from Slick and the Heenan family to Power and Glory with Paul Roma, to taking a powerbomb from Sid in Madison Square Garden and literally just getting up and walking out of the ring. Are you looking forward to talking about Hercules Hernandez?
Hercules. Well, one of the things that definitely would like to address is not just Hercules' time in WWE. You got to go back to Herc's just origins in the business and coming in and being Mr. Wrestling #3 in Mid-South, and
Yes.
Chic Hercules and things of that nature in Mid-South, and Jim Cornette's bodyguard. That's when I first knew Herc, and absolutely we lost one of the sweetest, most genuine human beings on the face of the earth when we lost Ray Fernandez. Just a great guy and a wonderful human being. And we'll tell the story about how to get heat at the airport in Boston.
Oh, I'll be looking forward to that one. Bruce, thank you so much for taking time. I know we got up super early to do this today, and I think the frog has exited the throat a little bit. So I appreciate your time. And this was good, man.
Frog's hopping down that road.
It is.
See that?
On behalf of Bruce Prichard, this is Paul Bromwell. This has been
Who?
Something to Wrestle with Bruce Prichard. We'll see you next week.
What happened to Conrad?